Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of my series about running in Fuzhou. I'm inside the campus of Nongda, that's Fujian Agricultural and Forestry University. And for today's episode I'm going to be running through the university and to Jinshan Temple, which is this really interesting small temple on an island in the middle of a river. It's a really nice evening right now, so I'm really looking forward to this run. Okay, let's go.
One of the things that I really like about running is that it gives me lots of time to think. When I run, I don't actually listen to music or podcasts or anything like that. I used to, but then I started running without listening to anything, and I really like having the opportunity to just go over things in my mind and think about things that are happening, or just let my thoughts sort of run away and take their own course. I don't know about other people, but for me, I feel like from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I'm just constantly bombarded with external stimuli. So either I'm sending and replying to messages on my phone, or checking things on the internet, or watching some videos, listening to music, reading some books. I actually don't have much time in the day to just be completely alone with my thoughts. And that's what running gives me. So I usually run for about an hour. So that means that I have an hour to just think about things, to go over things in my head. And for me personally, I find this to be really beneficial. Running is almost a time when I can meditate. And I'm using meditate here not in the more modern meaning of the word, which usually means something like mindfulness, but more in the way that it was historically used in English, which is to think about something carefully.
This university campus is actually kind of famous here in Fuzhou, because as you can see, it's really pretty. So a lot of people come here to go for walks, to take photos. It's also a popular place for bird watchers. You can see a lot of different breeds of birds here.
I'll give you an example. A while ago, I was presented with an opportunity and I went to have a meeting with somebody and we discussed this opportunity for quite a long time. And when I finished the meeting, I was actually pretty excited and I thought it all seemed like a great idea. But then I decided, well, you know what, I'll go for a run and really think about it. So I went for a run, I think about 8-10 kilometers. So I was running for a little bit more than an hour. And that whole time I was going over the opportunity and playing out different scenarios about how it could work and trying to decide whether or not it would be good for me.
That's Fuzhou's third ring road, which is the road that loops the whole city, including the island of Sangshan. On my right, that's a man-made beach, and they've actually made a few of these dotted around Sangshan. I think they're pretty cool. You can see a lot of people use them and enjoy them. I'm not going to run there because my shoes would get full of sand. Running down the beach at sunset in a bright neon yellow t-shirt kind of makes me feel like I'm in one of those 80s teen movies.
By the time I'd finished the run, I decided that it actually wasn't something that I want to do. Now, maybe you're thinking, well, hold on, an hour's not very long. Don't you at least want a day to think it over or something? But really think about it. How much time do you actually spend in a day thinking about one issue? You might have something on your mind for the whole day, but how much of your day is actually dedicated to thinking it over? Maybe a few stolen moments here and there, or before you go to sleep, or maybe when you're on the bus if you're not playing on your phone. Realistically, in the whole day, the actual time you spend thinking about that issue is probably no more than an hour, maybe even less than an hour.
Behind me is Jinshan Temple. Now the rope there is where the boat pilot usually pulls himself along in order to get to the other side, but I can't see the boat today, so I'm guessing maybe it's the guy's day off or something.
So having this dedicated hour when I'm running, when I can just think about issues, is really, really beneficial for me. Now, even when I go for quite long runs, like 2-3 hour long runs, I still never take any kind of entertainment with me because I just use the whole time to think. Of course, I'm not always thinking over big complicated issues or anything like that. Sometimes I just let my thoughts run away with me, and I think that's fine too. I think it's good to allow yourself the opportunity to do that. Some of my friends know this and they ask me, how come you don't get really bored?
That was about almost 5 kilometers of running. It took me about 35 minutes. And I'm just about to go back into the university now. So I'm close to the end of my run. But I'm going to run a bit of a different route around the university and see what else I can see.
But to be honest, I think if you can't be alone with your thoughts for a couple of hours, you might want to start to question why that is. I don't think it's the best situation to be in if we constantly need to have external stimuli to stop us from getting bored. I think it's kind of healthy to be able to spend time alone with your thoughts and think about things without it becoming really frustrating or annoying. In fact, I think in the modern world where we're all so connected to everything and we're constantly able to see things and do things on our phones, I actually think having some time without any of that is really, really important. If you're somebody that already runs, and when you run you usually listen to music or podcasts, I really suggest that you try just going for a run and not doing those things. Just put your phone in your pocket, don't take your headphones, and just run and see how it goes. Maybe it will seem a bit strange or maybe even a bit boring at first, but just try it 1 or 2 times, and honestly I think you might actually find it to be really beneficial and not boring at all.
Okay, that's it. All in all, it came to 7.2 kilometers and 55 minutes total, which includes all the filming time. I really enjoyed that run. I hope you did too, and I'll see you next time. Bye.